Good morning, all. How are you all doing? Hope everyone is good. We got a package delivery yesterday, but not the right one. Still don't have the Stemma QT connectors, sadly. It is what it is. Hope everyone's doing well. Franco, I don't know if you fell asleep already. So, what do we get in the package, though? I kept the packaging because there's some stuff missing, but it seems like there's a second delivery on its way from the same order. So, first and foremost, heat shrink tube for the label maker, 5.8 millimeter, black on yellow. 1.5 meters of it. So this stuff is kind of expensive, but it's for the label maker. It's not like it's for everyday stuff. So this can go with the label maker over here. This is cool. This is what I'm missing one of. So this is a RP 0. But it is not a 2040 0. This is an RP 2350 0. So if we run out of processing power, should be 2350, yeah, 2350A, the small one. But if we run out of processing power, we should have it included on this. So it should be the exact same form factor. And it is indeed the same form factor, but is RP 2040 2350. It's also got a little bit bigger of these pads on the side there. So this one has tiny little pads. So a little bit different. Also, whatever this is much bigger. Crystal oscillator, perhaps. It was a lot smaller, sorry, on the 2350. So yeah, more powerful, but same form factor. So they should fit the exact same projects. I'm just going to keep all this packaging because AliExpress is kind of annoying about that. If you need to send stuff back or make a complaint, they want you to keep all that packaging to prove that it wasn't like shipper damage or whatever. So 2350 zeros going in there. Now the other thing are these. So we got 5 of these. And these, how's it going, JB? These are ESP32 S3 zeros. So we were waiting for this so that we could see if it'll work. My code will work on an ESP32. Let's see. S3 in the 0 form factor. It's absolutely tiny. It's completely flat on this side too, which is interesting. What a beauty. A Bonnie, a beauty, a joy forever. So this thing also has the expansion pads on the back. And so that should work with our current projects. And the goal will be to expand our current projects to make little remote devices to capture sensor data. So that'd be the goal. It doesn't have the pads on the bottom, like along the bottom row, because it has the antenna. It's made to be soldered to a PCB without the pin headers, thus flat. Yeah, but you could argue the same thing about the RP2040 Zero, because it has the castellated edges, right? But not flat. So this one requires a cutout and this one does not, essentially. Because they both have castellated edges. In fact, it's weird, the ESP32S3 has a full thickness PCB, whereas the RP2040 Zero has a thin PCB. See that? Which is interesting. So they both have castellated edges. So they're both made to be soldered onto a PCB. It's just this one requires a cutout. So yeah, here we are, ESP32S3, even more powerful than the RP2040, but not as powerful as the 2350. So it sits somewhere in between, however, Wi-Fi capabilities. And honestly, for the size of this thing, it is incredible to have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on such a tiny device, and you can still do your regular prototyping with it, because it has pin headers. Like, you can put it in one of my boards. This thing will work just fine. It has the exact same form factor. So needless to say, I am heavily invested into this form factor. So let's put the S3s over here. How's it going? Good, Boji. Define powerful, faster, more IPC. So it's more powerful, but the 2350, I believe, is more powerful than that. Franco must be napping, yeah. I mean, when is that guy not napping? So I'm pretty excited to start development on the S3 once we have the other project done. The other project, which we cannot finish, by the way, because of someone's Stemma QT recommendation. Just saying. Definitely Johnny Bergdahl's fault. You need to go grocery shopping. I should go grocery shopping, but I do not. How's it going, ITT? You just missed the unboxing of the S3 Minis, or S3 Zeros. That was your doing. And I think I have concluded on a dimension. So let's draw it out here. What can I use? I need a piece of paper. I used to keep printer paper down here for just that requirement. Should I go upstairs and get printer paper? This is... Someone sent me this. I don't want to destroy that. Hazmat label. This is okay. All right. So I have decided, where's my scribe driver? Just watch the start of the stream in ×2. Yeah, I do that too. Okay, so we're going to go 25 millimeters wide. Okay, just about there. Wait, is that correct? Are we doing 25 millimeters? No, it's not wide enough. What the hell was I thinking? All right, see you later, Johnny. We're not going 25 millimeters wide. That's way too small. What was I thinking? Oh, hang on. I got to go look at the dimensions. Give me one moment here. I have bought new OLEDs. They're on the way. I'll show you what they are in a moment. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Ding. What am I making? Today I am refining my temperature sensor projects. I'm going to be building a PCB pretty soon. So I ordered, it couldn't have been these. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I literally ordered 10 off of these. Jesus Christ. Okay, so anyways, I ordered 10 of these OLEDs. Like literally just went 10 quantity. So they're 1.54 inches, so they're bigger. They should have the right pinout, but if they don't, not the end of the world. And what's the size of this? Overall size 42, not 24, 42. So I'm going 50 mils wide. Ooh, you have the RGB OLED, nice. So 50 mils wide, so that should be this width. So not 25, what was I thinking? So yeah, my instrumentation suite will be 50 millimeters wide. Ouch, I just stabbed myself. Yeah, so it's just under this width. And in fact, it could probably be this height. So my instrumentation suite is going to be, you know, roughly the size of this 1, 2, 3 block. So yeah, roughly this big. How did you burn an OLED? So it's going to be roughly this big. So I think, did I get freaking pen all over my hand? Is it leaking? I stained my fingers. Anyways, so yeah, roughly this size. So these small OLEDs, they'll work, but I'll be able to put 2 OLEDs if I want side by side, or step up to the bigger OLEDs. Just this one still won't fit. Unless you want to put the OLED this way, which is fine as well. But my suite should allow for all this stuff. You burned an ESP. Yeah, I think you need to use a MOSFET driver for powerful MOSFETs. It's healthier on the MOSFETs anyway to use a MOSFET driver, because it drives it hard on and hard off. So I cut myself somehow. Oh yeah, skin is a flap in there. So yeah, I think it's going to be 50 by 75. And then I'll make rails that you'll just clip it all in. And there we go. Have you considered colorful TFT? I have TFTs. Actually, this is a good question. Will the cheap yellow display fit in here? Arduino. Over here. Cheap yellow displays. Brian Locke fame. It will not quite fit, but I think it might be adaptable. So yes, you will be able to use cheap yellow displays. So these things are pretty cool. I don't even know which one. Yeah, W Room 32. Pretty cool little displays. Sadly, USB micro. And these are the Stemma QT compatible connectors. Got a couple of buttons, reset boot. Really interesting little devices. Yeah, I know, but the I don't like micro USB either, but the point is these things are made specifically, like they are the cheap yellow displays, because that's how they work. So you got 2 Stemma QT style connectors, but they're ground pin 35, 22, 21, and then ground 3.3, 22, and 27. Weird. Oh, sorry. These are weird devices, but cool nonetheless. So essentially, today, yeah, we can't finish this. Sadly, we don't have the Stemma QT connectors. Yeah, they're literally called, these things are literally called cheap yellow displays. If you look up cheap yellow display, this is Brian Locke's brainchild to take these and turn them into useful projects. They're not very expensive. I mean, they've gotten expensive now, but they're not very expensive in general. And especially not for what they are. You need no external No external anything. So anyways, the goal is going to be to make these modules to clip into a rail, and maybe then you can have a 2-story rail. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. That'll be a challenge for me to do on FreeCAD. I don't know if this is full of ink now. I mean, a little bit. My 1, 2, 3 blocks are full of stuff. I need to find a good spot for these. I don't have a case. I might 3D print a case for these things. They weigh a ton. They are steel. Actually, I can tell you exactly how much they weigh. Oh, almost exactly a pound. 446 grams. A pound is 454. That one's almost a pound. 451. They weigh a lot. Definitely. Okay. Guess I'm gonna wash my hands next time I'm upstairs. I guess we finished the PCB, but now we've got to keep in mind the 50 by 75 limitation. €10? That's not too bad, considering. Okay, do me a favor. Go check how much an ESP32 Dev Kit C costs, and also how much a, let me tell you, let's go inch. Okay, how much does a 3-inch touchscreen, 3-inch TFT with touch, and ESP Room 32 Dev Kit costs? Because you'll see it's going to be, this is going to be cheaper. And don't forget, the cheap yellow display is not the 3.5-inch. It's a 3-inch. CYD. The CYD is cheaper, or the separate stuff is cheaper? Because this is it here. No, actually that's not it. There it is. That's the cheap yellow display here. Hang on a sec. Let me link this to you. Nope. Give me 1 second. This is a affiliate link. It's in chat. Pinned. So it's this one. So with touch. Excuse me, I needed to sneeze. So that's what it is. But it's not actually, it's not even the 2.8. Yeah, I think it's a 2.8, I guess. 2.8 with touch. All right, so I guess, oh yeah, we're doing the PCB. So I guess I'm just grabbing my coffee here. All right. Oh yeah, I guess I'll send you off so I can open KiCad. All right, so we want to leave a couple millimeters. Yeah, it's a pretty good price. I think it's good. So if we want a 50 by 75, let's do a 45. That's not what I wanted to do. Edge cuts. Can I just, oh, I don't know what I just did. So let's go 45 by 70. Um, 200 by 245. 30. By 100. Oops. Okay, there. So there is my, this is my PCB size. Now I've got tons of room to work. So I'll grab these and I'll lock them. Grab this. Can I not? Yeah, locked items. Grab this, shift this, and then I will align horizontal center. Yeah, that'll be it. Unlock these. There we go. It's cheaper to get both separately. Okay, that's good to know. So now, yeah, we've got tons of space now to work on this. So that's good. We're gonna have to label this something else. I feel like I should just put this regulator on the front now, right? Because why does it need to be hidden underneath the board? That's the thing, it really doesn't. That's a good question. I'm just thinking here. I feel like since I'm not dealing with as compact stuff anymore, I can grab this and change side. It doesn't have to be underneath the board now. Hey, Lock Watcher. How are you? Yeah. Okay, I'm good with that. It doesn't need to be under the board. By the way, let's take a look at what our board looks like right now. So far, I didn't make a 3D graphic for my RP2040, but that'll be underneath. These interfaces will be on top. I can spread them around down here. I have lots of space. I might even put a Stemma QT bunch of plugs because I'm gonna have 50 of them. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have mounting holes in the corners. This should all be... Okay, let's work on the mechanical first. Let's do that. Draw an arc. So I don't know what the best way to do this is. Okay, so... I grab this, edit, by length and angle. Let's go 3 millimeters. I think it's 135. Right? Yes, the W Room 32 is deprecated. But I mean, it still works. Can you not connect to here? Because of the grid, huh? Again, because of the grid. I'd like to snap to this line. Okay. Okay, what do I do here? Snap. Kind of annoying. Edit angle 0. Edit angle 90. Okay, then they need to get shortened just a touch. Gonna sneeze again. False alarm. So, I mean, I think that's close enough. This one needs to shrink a little bit. Oh, I got it to snap. Okay, let's write down the length of this. 2.12 pen. Where's my pen? 2.12132. 12132. Good. Okay, and now I make an arc. Trace an arc from here. Oh, no, that was a mistake. Trace an arc from here to here. To exactly here. That is my arc. I don't get an R value. I want to know the exact arc. Well, I don't get the exact arc. Okay. So now this length is literally, 3 out of 45. Three. 45. Oops, minus 45. Okay, now this specifically want it exactly. These drawing tools are a little bit obtuse. Okay. Edit minus 180 length 2.12132. Thanks for being Franco ITT. When are we going to see your first video, by the way? 2.12132. Okay, good. arc from here, exactly there. Oh, 89.5. That shouldn't be, because this is 90. This is 180, so it should be exactly 90. Oh, there we go. Exactly 90. It's because it has to go right onto that dot there. Yeah, it's a little bit like Inkscape. I mean, it's like Inkscape adjacent. KiCad is free and open source, so you can only complain so much. Oh, maybe I didn't get the exact center. See, this center is like impossible to get. Grid, even smaller. There we go. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Line. Length, 3 millimeter, angle 45. You're working on your video? Doesn't look 45 to me. Am I wrong? Why is there was uh-oh. It's gonna crash. Damn it. KiCad's gonna crash. It's crashing. Give me a second. No, I didn't save it. Oh, I have a delivery coming. Okay, while this crashes, I'm gonna check my delivery. It says something has been delivered. So you guys can come with me. Oh baby, we've got 2 deliveries. Just have to block out my address and let it dry. We might have our Stemma QT thingies. Deliver to first name, last name, address, address. Okay, that should be fairly invisible. Just gonna blot it a little bit. Can't open these until it is dry though. Okay, I think that's fairly good. That's one. Erase all this stuff. I think they even typoed my name. So I know it's not relevant to people outside of Canada because these are Canadian brand. But these markers, oh wow, oh yeah, here, the Studio brand, which is a, I think it's a Dollarama product from our dollar store. These markers are they just put down the most amount of ink. And I tried a big ass Sharpie as well, and it just doesn't put out enough ink to block things like addresses. So anyways, we be unboxing. Gonna make sure these envelopes inside don't have my address. They don't, but they have a barcode, and I don't know what that barcode goes to. So let's block that out too. Oh, one of them has my address. Look at them go. I think I'll do it the heat method. No, I'll just block them out. Don't know what that says. Or that. Okay, that's one package. Block, 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 block. Oh, this one has the... For a while there, they used to have always the AliExpress order number, which was great to cross-reference when I used to do mailbag videos. Okay, no, so I'm supposing this one might have some stuff in there too. You know these stickers are heat sensitive? Yes, I do. But sometimes you have to like put so much heat through it to block out the addresses and stuff that I'm just afraid of melting what's inside. Oh wow, we've got a lot of packages here, guys. There's a lot of stuff. Plus, I'm building suspense. Don't you know about YouTubing? Building suspense. I need my watch. I need to quadruple my watch hours. I'm not even kidding about that. If I want to be monetized on this channel, which would be helpful, I have to 4x my watch time. Because these live streams aren't focused enough, so people don't watch the whole thing. People watch little bits, which is fine. but that means I don't have enough watch time. Oh, this one, these all have my address on them. That's freaking crazy. And I mean, there's the other fact too, that KiCad is crashing. So at some point I'm gonna have to destroy. So these, they used to come all by Canada Post, and those were the golden times because Canada Post would be extremely reliable. These people are like independent couriers, and the bad part about that is they'll deliver at like 2 a.m. No, I don't do that ITT because there would be way too many. Okay. So inside this envelope was this envelope, which looks like something I was missing. Ugh. Da 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 da. My second RP 2350-0. So there we go. So 2350-0. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. Next one up. And anyways, when I did announce my streams, it didn't make a difference. It's still the same amount of people. So this is a label for the label maker, but I don't know. They put a sticker over the label, so I don't know. I don't know what. Looks like it's yellow paper. I don't know. They put a sticker over the label, so I don't know. We'll check that out in a moment. But you have to assume, like, I did order all of my label supplies in one shot. Okay. Okay, so this should be... Ah, yes. Come to me, my pretties. So these are 10 more. You know, I told you I was getting more of these. These are the RP 2040 zeros. So we got the 2350 zero, and here's 10 more of the 2040 zeros, because this is my standard board now. This is the board I use the most. So we're going to refill the coffers. Okay, these are my male-to-male pin headers that have been running out. Hey Franco, welcome back to the world of the living. You fell asleep on us. Get out of there. So there we go. The male-to-male. And now here's the question. Oh, they're very stiff. I think these are steel wire. They're incredibly stiff. Yep. They are steel wire jumpers. So not ideal, but cheap. Steel wire jumpers. Just judging by how stiff they were, I had a feeling. So they're going to have a little bit high resistance. But for our purposes, it'll be okay. But yeah, these are so stiff. So incredibly stiff. So yeah, steel jumpers. That's the world we live in now. Copper is so expensive. They easily snap inside, huh? I'll put them to the side. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. The thing is, you can't. You don't know silicone wire with real copper. Yeah, I just needed something cheap. Problem is, you can't specifically buy copper ones because they won't tell you what they're made of. Ah, finally. Okay, these are the Stemma QT connectors we needed, I think. Are they wrong? No, they should be correct. So we're going to try to solder them on. So if we solder them on and test on here and it works, then we're doing this video. I ordered 50. Is that 50? It doesn't look like 50. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, maybe. Seems like I'm going to need more. Finally, my Stemma QTs are in. Anything else in there? Nope. Okay. What else we got? Oh, more label maker stuff. Gold label on black tape. I might use this to do my storage stuff, because look how beautiful, gold on black. So that's 2. This sounds like a tape as well. Yep. Okay, gold on black, but 6mm this time. Okay, so I got 3 tapes for my label maker. And last package, and then we need to put stuff away. Okay, here's the rest. There's the male ends for making cables, and there's the pins for making cables. So this is all the Stemma QT stuff. So we're in good shape. Yeah, there'll never be copper. They're all steel or aluminum. Yeah. Aluminum's okay. More flexible than steel. All right, let's start putting stuff away. So my workbench looks like an absolute disaster. Oh, a different color, RP2040 zeros. So this, we don't need this out. And then, yeah, these are 2040s, yeah. Welcome back. What kind of nice groceries did you buy? When is garbage day? My garbage is getting filled here. only tape you use in your label maker are white on black and black on transparent. You have a label maker? I love the fact that I am now a label maker person. And I'm going to be labeling all my shit now. Oh, by the way, Vero has not noticed the label on the cereal box. And I'm not convinced she will, but I'm not telling her. Look at all these RP2040 zeros. So there we go. We restocked 10 more 2040 zeros. And we also have one 2350, actually two 2350 zeros. This is one we had already received. So I'm going to put that separate. Here's the other one. No, I already put it away. By the way, we got the Stemma QT connectors finally, Johnny. So now I have to try soldering them. Like so, like so. That's good. All right. This is the ESP box. I'm going to put away ESP with the display. You got hit. The first thing you labeled was the label maker. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for the video. I'm gonna make a video. I'm probably gonna start posting videos on my secondary channel, SC Condary, about useful tools that are not really electronics related. This is awesome. I have so many. They don't all fit. And RP2350 zero down there. There we go. Look at that. Full container of RP2040 zeros. And then two RP2350 zeros. And then I have a display box, don't I? It wouldn't be that one. This one. Like so, and then I can throw my OLEDs back into here. I ordered some new OLEDs. Hopefully they still fit in all my stuff. Good. I think that's good. Do I have any projects with the Arduino I bought recently, like the new Arduino, like the R4, the Uno R4? Is that the one you mean? Basically, no. I don't have any projects yet. I'm just working my way through the stuff I do have. All right, so let's get this thing soldered. Do you have any suggestions for projects? You can let me know. The thing is, my favoritist micro in the world right now is the 2040 Zero. Okay, so I need something to weigh this down. That's pretty good. lost good and yeah. It's okay. People go in and out. I'm not super concerned about it. This is going to be a little bit hard to solder. They're tiny. I think they're meant to be reflow soldered. Okay, Stemma QT. Gonna make sure it lines up with my footprint. Yeah, Arduino are a little obsolete. So I'll share something with you guys. I've been writing a Getting Started with Arduino course. I'm at the very beginning still, but I go through and talk about what Arduino is for like, I'm kind of like writing up the first chapters, right? And I've decided that I'm not going to really talk about Arduino in the same way as I used to. I'm going to mention it. I mean, it exists. It's a thing. But the issue is Arduino doesn't really mean what it used to mean. Arduino is like it's just not a big deal anymore. It's really it just is what it is. So I think this will work, but I don't think I'm hand soldering this. I don't think I'm hand soldering this at all. So yeah, Arduino is going to be talked about in my course for sure. But it's not going to be in a way that they're happy about. It's going to be in more of a, like, this is an option. But there are better options. I am going to use I'm definitely going to use their IDE. I kind of like their IDE. Yeah, I just don't think of these things, and I ended up sort of doing it out of order here. Really, these should be soldered on first. And the thing is, usually my designs are beginner friendly. This is not beginner friendly. So I'm a bit unhappy with that. But that's okay. I will deal with it. Tweezers ready. I don't have the dexterity here. No, not motivated by Arduino. They're not what they used to be. It's a bit sad to say, but it is what it is. I'm not sure if that worked, but let's move on to the other one. Super glue to the board. You could. The problem is that if you super glue it, the glue might get underneath and onto the contacts. So it's generally not a good idea unless you have like a pick and place that can place a piece very precisely, like place a glob of glue very precisely. Usually you can get flux that's a bit more sticky. So I guess I'm okay because this will like level up my board making game, right? But this is not very beginner friendly. So I think this will make more work for me in the long run. I'll straighten this out a little bit. Okay, let's see if that worked. Resisting the urge to move it. Looks like it worked. I'll have to do a pin test. I have a hot plate, but my big thing is I don't want people to have to buy accessories to make my boards, right? But in the end, I think it's okay. They are there for people who want them. And for people who don't, it's fine also. I'm just going to tell people on the video that it's very optional. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there, it fell. It looks like it's soldered well. They are not easy to solder. I will say that right now. But I don't see any bridging. So we just need to verify. I have to go get a toothbrush to clean all this shit off of here. Do you have soldered the 2 support pins? Yeah. Yeah, but they're under the connector. So they're very hard to see. You can see a little bit there. I really need to get my microscope set up. Microscope is there. Watch your eyes. See, microscope is there. Right there. But see how it's full of junk? Okay, so that's good. Soldered these 2. What more do I need? So I need male pin headers across here. 1 set of male, 1 set of female pin headers there. And then, as long as it all works, we'll just test it. As long as it all works, we can do the video, which is good, but that'll involve more soldering. But before that, I was going to say I needed new coffee, but my coffee is still like half full. Also, KiCad is just crashing in the background. Don't know how much of that is saved. It is what it is. By the way, also like to share with you a great success. If you check, actually, you know what? I'll just, since I'm gloating about my success anyways, might as well do this. If you check my socials, I have done day 8, so this is day 8 in a row. I mean, maybe ITT, but don't forget, not everyone is the same level. So I've done 8 in a row, but I've also finished the HTML completely. So I am done the HTML section. I am just starting into the CSS. So as you can see, CSS is something like 5 or 6 times as large as HTML. But I'm doing it day 8 in a row. I didn't think I was going to do all those days in a row, but it is done. Let me just check. There and there and there. Just checking if anybody has seen. So yeah, very proud of myself. The bell has literally no effect for you, Franco. I mean, yeah, some. C, no, not C yet. So the goal is when I get to the end here, when I get to the end of the front end libraries, or whenever, because they keep adding content. So when I get to the end of the content, I'm going to go learn PHP, because that is a recommendation from another maker who is currently a web developer. And then I'm going to go learn C++, because I like the closer to bare metal aspect of it. So yeah. Okay, so male pin headers here, male pin headers here, female pin headers on one of these. Then we got to test the stemma QT, so we got to make a harness for my stemma QT. And then we are ready to shoot. And YouTube, if you're listening, shoot video, not shoot people. I am not American. So I don't even know if I have fine enough wires for these, but we'll see. We'll see what I have in stock. Okay, so male headers. Here, I'll just use these male headers. It depends on the market, Franco. Some people, like, don't forget, YouTube is always messing with things. So some people literally don't get notifications and stuff like that just because YouTube wants to experiment on them. Am I going to do this? Yeah, I don't know if I have 30 gauge wire. I did buy this shit, but it was supposed to be stranded, but it's not stranded. So it's like hookup wire more than anything. Do Python instead of PHP, can be used for way more things than PHP. Prepares you for MicroPython and CircuitPython. I are I'm just following recommendations. Python is in the Free Code Camp curriculum, though. So I guess what I'm saying is, if I get to a point where they haven't released their Python yet, then I will go learn PHP. But are you saying, like, in web development, can Python completely replace PHP? I managed to solder the pin headers crooked. Oh well. Okay, female headers now. Keep getting full of ink. The scribe driver is inking something. All right, 4-pin female. Gonna have to order more 4-pin females pretty soon. I think the kindest thing I've ever done to myself is purchase parts ahead of time, like build a stock of parts. I don't know how much the Canadian government approves of that, because I get tax rebates when I buy stuff. I don't have to pay taxes on the money I spent to buy stuff for my business. But I think since it's all small amounts, they don't care that much. But I think technically you're supposed to inventory your parts and only do the deduction in the year you use them. Stalking is part of the business. Yeah. So I can program ESP in Rust, huh? I don't know what Rust means. I think it's part of the... I think it's part of the course. I don't know. I don't know. Oops, I didn't finish soldering these pins. And there we go. So that should be good. Ladies of the night, uh-huh. I think that's all soldered. Now we have to make a little harness for our Stemma QT connectors. So I do have thin wire, but they're all the same color. I think ideally I would just have some Stemma QT harnesses pre-made. If I would have been intelligent, I would have just ordered some. Because now the amount of labor it takes to make harnesses is going to be a little nuts. Oh my god, this thing is heavy. So this is some really thin gauge wire, but it might not be thin enough. 24 gauge. Let's chop a length of this and see if it'll work. Rust is a memory safe language. Python can do whatever. New open source. Okay. All right, so let's see what we have. I suspect this might be too small. So let's break off the little tiny pin. And I should have in my IWIS 20 to 28 gauge. That doesn't look small enough. Wait, 21, 24? Oh, because that's not the right one. Hate American wire gauge. Yeah. They're recoding Linux entirely in Rust. Interesting. Okay, so what is... Oh, I thought this was a piece of solder. It's my friggin' pin. What is... Sorry, I forgot what kind of wire we have. 24 wire gauge. 24 AWG to millimeter square. .25. How's it going, Adam? Wait, is this... This must be diameter. This is not millimeter square, it's diameter. Oh. To... Uh, 0.5. This doesn't even work. Whatever. This is so tiny. I just dropped it. Here it is. It does, wow, it has a strain relief too. I don't know how well you guys are going to see this. So, okay. see if I can hold this. Okay, try not to stab myself. That's the pin connector. That is where the wire goes. That is the strain relief. Oh no, your shed is having issues? Johnny, you better be sending candy to make up for what you've done here. This is incredibly fiddly work. Ugh. How's it going, Gerald? Oh my God. I'd like everyone to notice that this is Johnny Bergdahl's doing, and his alone. We haven't even crimped a single pin yet. And we need to crimp 4. Actually, we need to crimp 8 because I need to make a connector for the other end too. Okay. The tool is a crimping tool. Hang on a sec. See if any of these are prime. Yeah, screw this. I'm just gonna order. It's gonna cost me $12 plus tax. If I want it today. So sorry, this thing. It's my Iwis crimper. In principle, I should be able to crimp these, but I'm facing 2 issues right now. One is I'm far from the camera, or far from my work because of the camera. And two is it's very hard to align. Need some Snizors. Need to chop this a little bit smaller. You know, I have something like 20 of these cutters in this room. But whenever I am looking for one, they are nowhere to be seen. Like, I'm at the point right now where I'm just going to order another 10 of them. Here's one. You'll never use that type of crimper? Why? iWists are like awesome. Just threw loads, but I have a bag of 5 next to me, different color handles. And also, this is probably not interesting for you guys because you're just seeing me struggle. You're not seeing the details of it. Just checking something. Okay, so I get it to sit in there, but it doesn't stay. Okay, here goes. Which way is the crimpy bit? This way. I think I got it. Some of us are laughing at your struggle because we know the pain. If we didn't laugh, we would cry. Yeah. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So the only thing that is wrong about this crimp is that the secondary crimp is not, the strain relief is not on the silicone jacket, but I don't have a choice simply because the silicone is too thick. This looks where things are packed away. You prefer the clicky type? Oh, I have clicky types. But the thing is, this is too small. So this is a, here put it close to the mic. I have a bunch of clicky types. Clicky types are my favorite too, but it's just this too small for clicky types. Okay, and that little spring should go, actually I need to get the pin out. Ground VCC data clock. On top, ground VCC second hole. The insulation's too thick. Oh, no, I just barely made it. Ferrule crimper, yeah, love ferrule crimpers. I think next time I would get the octagonal one instead of the square one. But they're great. I love them. Okay, so there is first pin. So ground goes to the right, and then clock and data. All right, let's go find another bit of wire. So I do have this really thin cable meant for building Vorons. What is this? Also, it's also 24, but it's a lot thinner, but it's not as flexible because these are Teflon jacketed. So I might use that. Do I have orange? No, I probably only have this purple and this yellow. I do have black though. So I might try that. Is this 24 as well? I'm actually going to remake that crimp. Should I have a red? Yeah. So what's this? $24. Yeah, these are all 24. We're going to try to make it with these colors. Welcome back. So the square is good for these kinds of terminals, right? Because then you get a flat surface. But the octagonal ones, you get a more round shape. So it's better for other things. No, sorry. Octagonal is better for this. The square is better for like screw terminals that you like screw down. Do I have one? I've made so many projects with them. I should have a screw terminal. These kinds. The square is better for these kinds, where you literally put the wire in and then screw down on it. Okay. Here we go in the struggle bus. I hope you guys will join me. Let's get a reasonable length. For a stemma QT, sure. This length. So this stuff is a little bit harder to work with, but the jacket is thinner, so it should be easier to crimp. So let's get a bunch of lengths. So this red. But I will tell you, it's not PVC. It is Teflon jacketed. It's supposed to be super slippery. It's made to be in drag chains. So that's purple, yellow, because let's be honest with myself here. I don't think I'm building a Voron this year, so if I need to buy a little bit more cable, I'll buy a little bit more cable. My channel's doing way too shit to buy a $1,500 printer at the moment. All right, Lock Watcher. DuPont crimp. I hate DuPonts. Yeah, I use the iWis for that. Okay, so there's my 4 wires. Okay. I'm not going to deal with this yet. I am going to deal with this though. Stripper. It goes down to stranded. It goes down actually further than we need. It goes down to 28. Ooh, that didn't go well. It left a bunch of plastic because it stretched the plastic. Okay, I'm going to use the 26. This better not be shitty iron wire. No. Might be aluminum though. Zip ties on bundle and remove the film. Yeah, that's fine. I'll deal with that some other time. Right now, focusing. Okay, so pop this in. Oh. So it's a much looser fit. Maybe I'll start by putting it in here. So because this is not a ratcheting crimper, you have to hold this ever so delicately. Pop this in. I think we got it. Just trying to crimp the strain relief, which again is not on the insulation. But I don't care. Right now I'm just trying to make a cable. Okay. So that's good. So if you guys want to see that. There she blows. Oh, trying to rotate stuff. A little bit easier to handle than the other one. All right, so grab one of these connectors. Okay, so looking at it like this, ground is the first one. So this way. Looks like it's crimped a little thick. Yeah, it's a bit thick. Also, the PTFE wire is not giving me enough grip. Do you guys know it's Sunday today? This week flew by. Wasn't all the way in. I didn't work very many days. Well, I guess YouTube is work, right? My boss, he apologized. He said we don't have too much work because a lot of the fleet management at the company we do work for, they're on vacation, so they're hard to coordinate with. And I'm like, that's fine, because we're about to get a busy season pretty soon to do tires and stuff. So yeah, I've been working on YouTube, which is not a lot of revenue. It's a lot of labor, not a lot of revenue. But it is what it is. Ideal Strip Master strippers. They're really good. Had them since the 80s. Interesting. All right, same thing here. Gently hang on to these. These are absolutely tiny, and my hands are, by comparison, gigantic. Also, you know what I've noticed is that the Free Code Camp people, they're not on social media very much. Like, they have social media posts and stuff, but I tag them for 8 days in a row, and they haven't responded or shared or anything my posts, which is weird. Because I can guarantee you, I'm just a one regular person. But if someone started tagging me a lot, I would acknowledge them, unless I don't want to acknowledge them. It's kind of weird. Okay. Oh, wasn't gentle enough. Have to do it this way. Not on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. Blue Sky, though. Blue Sky and Instagram, reluctantly. Instagram and Threads. For creators, social media is important, sadly. Because or else I wouldn't bother if it wasn't. Trying to be impartial? I don't understand what that has to do with anything. I keep getting invites to Threads from Instagram, yeah. I'm not a big social media fanboy, but as a creator, you kind of gotta be. And the big proof of that is if your YouTube account gets deleted, which happens by malicious actors all the time. People get their accounts deleted all the time. You can't even reach YouTube without a Twitter account. Isn't that crazy? Because they say, oh, you're banned, so you're not allowed to like make a new Google account. But show favoritism for what? For someone doing their course? I'm not saying they should only repost or acknowledge me. I think you should repost, acknowledge all of your students that are making an effort, because it'll inspire others. Right? It's like, oh, I'm using your product. Oh God, no, we don't want that. Unless they don't like me. It's possible. I just find it weird that I've mentioned, but not tagged, FreeCAD once, and they replied right away. You're not a YouTube creator, Franco. Do you have a YouTube channel? Okay. 2. So ground power. Now I need SDA. And SDA for me is Yeller. So Yeller it is. So I'm trying to do this on camera as much as possible, but these are tiny, tiny things. All right, pins. Not YouTube. Yeah, no. But what I mean when I say creator. So people who make things, I call them makers. And people who create videos, I call them creators. And I think that's the common parlance. So you are definitely a maker. I wouldn't consider you to be a creator in the common parlance. But yeah, you're 100% a maker. That's what the maker movement was all about. making things. Because it's very important to acknowledge that you can be a maker without being a creator. Tons of people just do stuff at home. Like seeing crooked here. Yeah, content creator. Yeah, that's right. And I actually think that content creation is an important part of making. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but I'll tell you, I wouldn't be a maker without content creators. Without seeing, Big Clive and Julian Eilert doing what I now do back then, I wouldn't have thought it was a possibility. So I wouldn't be a maker. I think they were formative for my making. Because or else, if you don't know, how are you going to know? One more to go. So I think content creators in the maker subgenre serve as inspiration. Not the best inspiration sometimes, right? I don't do anything great. But I think making projects like this might inspire someone to make something great. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Partners, yeah, they're important partners for sure. But yeah, I wouldn't be doing any of this shit if it wasn't for people like Big Clive and Julian Eilert. So I really appreciate their contributions. Because to be fair, they can just be making stuff at home too. And actually, they probably still do. But the fact that they took time to make videos means a lot to me. Because again, I wouldn't be here without them. Okay, this should be the last one. You used to call yourself a tinkerer. Yeah, a tinkerer is a accurate term. It's just I always think of a tinkerer as doing mechanical type things, and a maker is just a more broad sense. This don't fit. I don't know if even this, oh, damn. Wire snapped off. So I don't think Yeah, there's another. I don't think these are copper. Well, I don't know. Copper is not mechanical either. Well, that was a waste of time. Let's see. Just checking the copper content. Yeah, I'm seeing copper color in there. Do believe they're tinned copper, but I think there's just the strands are too big. Yeah, I see copper color. Hard to see. Okay, well, that's in the shitter. Now what? So this is trash. I mean, I could save the housing, but... Okay, so I guess I'm ordering the Stemma QT connectors. Free delivery today. Ugh. If I want it today, I gotta pay more. Hang on a sec. So it'll be $13.55, and I'll get them tomorrow. Or today if I order another whatever amount. So annoying. And now I've got Autodesk emailing me, telling me my trial is ending. So that's going to be gone. Oh, God damn it, guys. What do I do? Sorry, I'm just on my chair right now. Stretch. Do I take this opportunity to buy some Mitutoyo calipers? Shit, what else? My wish list. A hydraulic press. Well. So I guess if I order the Stemma, it's not going to be in for a couple days. So this video is put on hold yet again. I haven't even checked to see if it will electrically work. So we can work on the PCB for the other project, the temperature project. However, we'll have to save more often because KiCad crashed and I just lost a whole bunch of work. So that is fun. Well, I think no matter what, it's coffee time. Make YouTube, they said. It would be fun, they said. Okay, let me put away this stuff in the box where I keep my assorted lengths of wire. This is 3-wire ribbon. I think I have 4-wire ribbon cable. That is 5. So yeah, this is 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. 5-wire. Do I have 4-wire? This is indeed 4-wire ribbon cable. Okay, I'm gonna get coffee and I'm gonna put a poll up. Poll. Start a poll. What the hell is an audience Q&A? Anyways, whatever. Poll. What do we do next? Try to crimp the ribbon cable. Got the Star Trek reference, Franco. Also, congrats, Franco, you're #1. Make the temp sensor PCB. Just chill and solder a kit. Least productive. No money. There we go. All right. Make your votes. I will go grab a coffee. And also it's time for you guys to get your tea or whatever. Yeah. What won't last? Everything gold must go. So yeah, 4-wire. This thing. Grab that coffee. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Oh, you being number one. Keep breaking records? Yeah, wow. Don't like the ranking? Makes you feel conspicuous? Yeah. I mean, the ranking is there for the simple reason that when you use a super chat, you get points, and YouTube takes a cut of super chats. It's that simple. Like, that is the reason. Thank you. Thank you for the welcome back. All right, so we're going to try to crimp the ribbon cable. Oh my God, it's incredible how heavy the assorted lengths of wire box is. I don't even know what gauge this is. 22. That's a lie. It looks thinner than everything else we've used today. Yeah, it's like 26. It's not 22. Maybe it's 24 if I'm being generous. It is copper though. It's a little bit thicker. It's probably is 24. I don't think it's 22. Away you go. Okay, let's try to crimp again. This is 50 terminals, so I'm gonna have to order more terminals. By the way, my mom is still having problems with her phone. She's coming over later on. I hate to say it, but old people, they should just use iPhones. There's like no customization, no nothing. Can't do shit on your phone, but as long as you only need to answer phone calls, it'll work for you. If Apple is good at one thing, is consistency. You can go from the world's shittiest iPhone to the world's best, and you won't even be able to tell the difference. They're just iPhones. As part of the CSS course that I'm taking, the Free Code Camp course, the CSS section starts with just computer basics, which is fine. Like, I'm going through it all as if I don't know anything, because there is some stuff to learn. Like, for example, I'm learning how Apple works, because I've never used an Apple PC. It's interesting to find out that you can't make a new file on an Apple without a piece of software. Like, for example, on Windows, you just right-click New and Document. You can make a new document just like that, which I thought was the standard. On Apple, you can't. You have to open, like if you want to make a text document, you need to open a text writing application and then save your document like that. That's how you make a new document. That is so weird. You can make folders the exact same way as Windows, but you can't make documents. I find that extremely odd. By the way, I am strongly considering switching to Linux once Windows 10 support ends. Linux is kind of shit because compatibility is not great with stuff that I use in my workflow. But I'm slowly eliminating those workflow problems. Like, for example, switching to FreeCAD instead of Fusion. And so slowly but surely, those problems are going away. I need to switch to DaVinci Resolve, which I believe is compatible with Linux. I have to check. Graphics cards, though, which I need for exporting with a lot of power. NVIDIA, which is the powerhouse of the graphics world right now, they don't play nice with Linux. And I have an NVIDIA graphics card. So that is not great. And I'm certainly not switching to an AMD graphics card just for that. I will lose productivity. So it's all a big question mark. Okay. Ground. By the way, I do not have this memorized. I have it open on my screen. You can use touch in a terminal on a Mac, but it's not in a menu on the desktop. I don't know what that means. Like, what is touch? Like touch screen? Like in that sense, touch? Touch is a command. Oh. What does touch do? touch a file to update the timestamp or make a new file. This is one of the things that scare me about Linux, is I don't want to type all my commands. I know Linux is like big on terminal is the best way to do everything. And I don't know about that. I also don't agree that terminal should be the base way to interact with your computer. Yeah, this isn't working. Everything is just too big. The insulation is too bulky. And I'm about to stab myself with a knife here. Yeah, it's like going over to the next cavity. Not doable. You could do almost everything with the GUI in most Linux distros, yes. But what's that almost part? You can do everything, can do absolutely everything through the GUI on Windows. Mint is a what's it called? Mint is an implementation of Linux that you can't destroy, right? Kind of stuck where you are with AutoCAD. Immutable, is that what it's called? Mint is an immutable distro. Okay, so that didn't work. So I guess we're going to KiCad for the last, probably we'll do another hour or so. Mint is most Windows-like. Yeah, but isn't it, you can't destroy it? PCB? Yeah, that's what we're doing. KiCad, PCB design. We'll see how much I lost from KiCad crashing. Okay, so we've got this. Okay, not too bad. Edge cuts. I'm just going to Control S now before I forget. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This should be exactly there. We go. Okay, Control S. Let's do this again. is 3 millimeter minus 45 degrees. Save. Let me snap. Uh, 12132. Yeah, that's exactly. Just got to do 90. Okay, let's draw an arc. There we go. Save. Oh my God. Hook a line to the corner. Three millimeters, 45 degrees. One 2.12132 minus 90. Go. Same thing here. Minus 180. 2.12132. Yep, that's good. Oh, a hailstorm. Very interesting. All right, grab this corner. Grab exactly here. Good. Grab exactly here. There we go, save that. Oops. Line. Uh, 3 mils. Angle. Does it do math? 180. Give me a second here. Minus 45. It does math. Oh my God, you can math it. That's awesome. Okay, save again. Can't use shift to make a angle? Control shift, no. Length, 2.12132 minus 90. Uh, 0 degrees. 2.1 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. Good. Draw an arc. Grab exactly there. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Grab exactly there. Exactly there. Exactly there. Save. If you see Vero in here, she'll tell you she is a huge fan. Oh, you know what? I don't want to delete. Don't want to delete this part because this will be our marker for our 3mm hole. We'll delete it after. All right, now for our edge cuts, exactly there to exactly there, exactly there to exactly there, exactly there to exactly there, and then exactly there to exactly there. There. Is that so hard to make freaking edge cuts? Better save this before I break it. Okay. I really should have made one of these connected. But then how do you disconnect it? I don't want to cut it. Screw it. Okay, so where do I put these pull-ups? So that one to the Dallas Semiconductor. To a 3v3 switched. Oh, let me put the grid to something reasonable. I'll figure out what to call them after. This one goes to here. This one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. They might be too tight like this. We'll see. R6 there. R7 there. So essentially we've got all this board to work with. It's a lot of board. This one should probably rotate. So it's more in line with that. 3v3. So this is the OLED. These are the two DHTs. This is that other temperature sensor. Because really, these can be quite far. Kind of the whole board is very empty. Like I don't even need this regulator here. I could pop the regulator over here. I think it might be a better idea. Also, I'm just going to grab Can I not shift click to select? Okay, that's selected. I'm gonna move these onto another layer so they're not affecting anything. And then can I not move them? Can I not shove them onto another layer? Maybe in the edit dialog. I can only do that to each individual. Yeah, layer. I should put on the fab layer. It's in the edit dialog. Fab. Okay. Yeah, it's not in there. Fab. Fab. Should be 0 degrees. fab. Maybe I'll be able to save this as a footprint also. That would be cool. So I won't have to redo the everything. All right, let's see. That's what it looks like so far. Internet hiccup. Doesn't happen a lot. Hopefully I'm back. It says I'm streaming still. So I think I'm going to take this reg. No, I got like a 0 kilobytes per second warning. So I think I'm going to take this regulator and yeet it over here. Actually, no, it's, you know what? It's fine there. It's fine right where it is. So this I'm going to have to write, you know, for the pull-ups. I'm probably going to renumber on the schematic which one's which. I don't know why I don't have them in order. Okay. So, let's do this. I'm going to do some text first. Edit. OLED. Move that actually up here, and I'll add some text. Ground 3v3 SCL and SDA. SDA. Can't really get that centered. So if I grid that, that's pretty close to centered there. And good. Take that, copy it, paste it down here. This is exactly the same thing. But this is, that's that temp sensor MP280. And then this is edit DHT 0. And this is DHT 1. Thanks for the advertisement, Franco. Wait, what? Okay. Edit pad number 4. Yeah, pad number 3, but this actually doesn't go there. That should be ground. Did that not update? Name ground. Where'd ground go? Oh, there. Okay, it's just not updated there. That could have been very embarrassing. That's the Dallas 18B20. Edit B20. Sensor, move, rotate. Uh, 3v3. HT0. Ground. HT1. Ground. And then okay, let's see. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I've been doing this on edge cuts. Front silk. Front silk. Front silk. That would have been funny though, having them cut out that on the router. Front silk. Front silk. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. 3D viewer. Looks very usable. Nice. Gonna have to rename these. Yeah, embossed. All right. Let's put down some holes. That's Via's footprints. Hole. Mounting hole. M3. How did I screw that up? That's way off. These holes are giant. Okay, not the end of the world. So let's go Actually, you know what? I'll do this after. Okay, so if I go the whole pad, let's take this whole thing, edit this. Now there's a position. Yeah. So if I go 0, 0. Okay, that brings it up there. It's good. Edit this one. Go 0. And then let's say 50. Okay, if I grab these and I move them, it's way too far apart, right? So then if I edit 40, I forgot how wide my thing is. Nope, I have to be 35. Edit 35. I think I need it a bit wider than that. Should the bottom connector be square pad on the other end? No, it's just the pin numbering. And so I keep the 3v3s on one side and on the other. Like that's a ground. It's just my numbering sequence. So I do need to edit that. I'll deal with it after. Okay, so I would like them a little further apart. So edit, we'll go 38. So that almost works for me here. The only problem is that resistor gets in the way a little bit. It's in the keep out. Maybe I do want them 40. I don't care if the bolt goes over the edge. Square pad on the bottom one is the ground. Square pads on the others are 3.3. Yeah, it's my numbering. I'll deal with that momentarily. Okay, so edit. What if I go 40? Like, do I care that these are, like, that these overhang the board a little bit? I think that's my big question here. Grid. Don't want your centering. Leave me alone. Stop snapping. I don't want M2. I want M3. Rage. Stop. Yeah, M3 screws are as small as I want to go. Sorry, stretching. But the thing is, the hole is this size. It's not this big size. The big size is just a keep out area, which I can delete. In fact, courtyard. You know what? Do I have a better footprint? 1, 3. Stop that. Pad clearance, like, I don't know, 1. Oh God, that made it worse. So yeah, I think you can just edit footprint. So I think you could just delete this and delete this. So now you just have the hole, and in fact, you can just delete this. I think the most important part for me is I just want them to be equidistant to make this a standard footprint. You know what I mean? So this is the hole. So if I go whole footprint, go 0, 0. It's up here. Now I go copy, paste. Take this one, edit. I go 35, 0. So now they're 35 apart. So that's too close. So I go here, edit 40 apart. So that's not far enough apart. So edit 38. So I want people to go into their CAD software and be able to like make these mounting holes. It looks wrong because I didn't make the board outline concentric with this, you know what I mean? So really it would have to be there visually on the other side here. On this side, something like this. So it needs to go one more, like 39. No, I didn't pick up a reference. So I think the issue is I need to place these and then make the rounded corners. Because right now the rounded corners don't work with this. Anyways, 39 is okay. Now for the other length. So 0 and what length are we, like 70, like 60? Needs to be more. $69. All right. No, too much. 64. That looks good to me. Okay. So this one, edit 39 by 64. Okay. And then you move these. Actually, we'll group these. Group items. Okay, so that's grouped. And then we'll grab let's just erase everything else. Put edge cuts. Oh, and I need how do I do that? Guess I have to go select individually. So anyways, grab these. No, wait, that's not what I'm trying to do. Grab this, 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 and this. Is this selected? I think so. Okay, and then we're going to lock them. So that's locked. We're going to grab this. And this, and then we're going to positioning tools. Wait. Shouldn't I have been able to? Okay, hang on a sec. Okay. Oh yeah, wait, I can't select locked items. God damn it, that's why. So this, 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 and this. And then these now should be able to align horizontal center, align vertical center. No, that didn't work. I can. I'm just trying to, because this is now a group. I just want to put the group I don't know. You know what I might do? I might just work on a footprint. I might just make a footprint, which is this frame, and then add it to my. I think that's better. Let's go I think it's uncategorized parts that I made. Yeah, uncategorized parts. New. Okay, let's see. Oh no, please don't crash again. It's crashing again. No. Okay. Huh. Control S quickly. Okay. Here we go. What was the length of this again? This. Okay, it's 70 by 45. Okay, so first of all, user drawings. Okay, we're gonna edit. Exactly, I'll just call up the footprint because I'm gonna be using it for lots of stuff. All right, 70 by 45, that means it starts with one thing. 45 divided by 2. 22.5, so minus 22.5, and finishes at 22.5. And this will be minus 35 and finishes at 35. Right? So 22, it's 45 by 70. Perfect. Good. Hey, how's it going, bro? Are you all done? Oh, I should check because my mom was supposed to text before she comes here. Let me just... okay. So here we go. All right, so we need... Do we need a pad? Is it a pad? Is there a hole? Drill? What does the M3 hole use? Ungroup. What does this use? Oh, damn, it's one editor. Okay, let's rename this. Rename footprint to default size 1. Okay, so that's saved. Let's go to M3 hole. Save, yeah, sure. Okay, so what is this? It is a pad. Okay. Pad shape circular, 3.2 mil. Perfect. Good to know. Over here, uncategorized part. Default size 1. All right, so it is a pad. So we're gonna add a pad. Usually lets you edit the pad. mechanical. All right, so now we want something, it's 3.2. 3.2. Pad shape, circular, 3.2 millimeter. That's good. Oh, well, yeah, whatever. Round, 3.2. There we go. That's my M3. Good. Now, I want, so my size is 45. Let's do 40. 40? No, 40 is too small. 30. Hold on a sec. Thinking. So we want 22.5. No. Yeah, 45. 22.5. Minus. Oh, wait, it starts at minus. Minus 22.5. In the X. Minus 5. And the Y. In the positive. So we've got 35 minus 5. How did I screw that up? Oh, it should have been plus. 22.5 plus 5. Okay, now is that too far? Because I think the problem is it's going to screw up my resistor placement here. Should go -2 +2. I think that's the right placement. It's not going to give us a lot of board, but I think that's correct. I think that's correct. Okay. So copy, paste there. So we edit this. Wait, we have to check this one. So Y is going to stay the same, but positive 19.5. Y is the same, positive 19.5. There we go. So copy, paste, edit 19.5. Oh. -32. Oops. Should have been -32. There we go. So this should be -32 and -19.5. There. So those are identical. So that gives me mounting hole size. Mounting hole size of 19.5 times 2. So 39 by 64. 39 by 64. So screen by for your by going to okay, I'll just check that. Let me just lock this and then grab this and align horizontal center. That's good. Take this and pop that onto the back silk screen because I want that part of my, oh, it should be mirrored then if it's on the back. It didn't do it. I don't understand. It's not, it didn't mirror. Okay, there we go. Horizontal center. Oh my God. This should be locked. Are you serious? Can you not lock? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, this is perfect. Why can't I lock this? Welcome back. So I cannot lock this. Okay, whatever. I don't care. How about that? Speaking of which, it's almost time to go. Wait, can I not get the center of this? Oh my God, the tools are really bad in comparison. I can't get the center. Oh boy. This is not going well for me. Okay. So what if... No, come on. Edge cuts. What if I want to put my cursor exactly... last point. I would very much like to put a coordinate. Maybe. Properties, appearance, library. Show grid. Grid overrides. Polar coordinates. So down here, there's the XY. I would very much like to manually set an XY. Okay, hang on. What happens if I do this? What happens if I go okay. What happens if I now edit this? Okay. Okay, hear me out. You can do it after, you just can't do it visually. So 19.5 minus 32. 19.5 minus 32. Oh, shit. Minus 32. Okay. Okay. We're good. Now we have to do math. To set the start point, we need to go up here. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Edit. So y is 35. Edit. Y is minus 35. Okay, that's perfect. Now it's the x distance between here and here. Okay, this is 19.5. 22.5. Okay, so 19.5 minus 22.5 equals 3. Okay. Wait, no, it should be the x should be 19.5 actually. Edit x start point 19.5. Oh my god, I did it. Jesus Christ. You can do it. It just requires math. Wow. That was complicated. That was very complicated. Anyways, I'm going to save this and we're going to work on this another day. I'm going to have to call it here. I'm going to have tacos with Vero. Gonna try to fix my mom's phone. If all goes well, tomorrow is the next stream. As you can see, we are not making progress quickly at all, but we're gonna have to. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch you. I think it's gonna be tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow is a day off in Canada, so I'm pretty sure I'll stream unless Vero wants to hang out. Have a good one, guys. See you tomorrow, maybe. If not Tuesday. Definitely not Wednesday. I'm working Wednesday.